Kids and cadets, welcome back to Tommy Time. Thanks for coming out. This is a 2018 Toro Recycler 675. I had recently picked this up from beautiful Myakka City, Florida with my friend Kristen. We went out there and picked up 8 mowers and 2 pressure washers. So this was the best looking and newest unit out of the litter, I would say. This thing would start with happy juice but would die off. So what I've done already is drain the gas tank, and I still have yet to drain the bowl. We're going to do that together. We could see if there's any contamination in the bowl. I did find a little bit of water in the gas tank. You can't see it at this angle, but there is water in this fuel. Just enough to cause havoc, I'm assuming. So let's move on with this. You've got 2 10mm nuts here holding the air filter backing plate. I've already had this off to remove the fuel line and let it drain into an old fabric softener container. Just let all that bad gas flow freely. So 2 10mm nuts on the backing plate. The breather hose comes off. This comes right off, exposing the carburetor. First thing I noticed when I took the cover off, this linkage here was all twisted up on the heat wafer on the muffler, and it was all stiff and not moving. I unjammed it, and now we got some action on the linkage here. So I removed the clip here on the fuel line with some needle nose pliers and just let the fuel run into this fabric softener container. Then I put some fresh fuel in it, let that drain through to get any of the moisture out of the bottom of the tank. So now we're moving on to the bowl. Let's remove that and see what that looks like, if it's all rusted up. 10mm open end wrench. That's a good indication. The bottom nut, there's no rust here on the nut. Usually that's a telltale sign of what lies ahead. Got a rag here to catch the gas, which it's doing a fine job. And there you go. Little bit of sediment there at the bottom. Nothing to complain about. So I think we're in good shape. I do see some water droplets in that little bit of remaining gas down there. So clean this bowl up. I think we put it back together. I got some fresh gas on standby. I think this thing will run smoothly. We'll throw a new air filter on it. This 2018 will be a good unit. If we were to see a lot of contamination in here, I would go ahead and take the whole carburetor off and clean it. I think we just had some water and the fuel is our main issue here today. I took the float and manually moved that, make sure it's moving freely before I put the bowl back on. Okay, so that's tightened up. Checking my linkages. Everything is moving. Let's go ahead and put the air filter backing plate back on. Looks like we got Home Depot delivery out in the street. Somebody in my neighborhood's getting a new refrigerator, possibly. How's it going?
How you doing?
Good, good, thanks. Snug these back up. Air breather hose goes back on. Time for a new filter. This one was pretty rough. Yeah.
646.
Yeah. What's the last name? Negrin?
Dorovey, D-O-V-E-I.
Oh, that may be her. Yeah. I think this is it. They just left a little while ago. Okay, let me put some fuel in this thing, helping out my delivery friends find a neighbor.
Okay, you might call those and reschedule. How far is the house from here?
I don't think anybody's home next door. They're going to have to reschedule, I heard him say. That's unfortunate. So this is a automatic choke. I added fuel. Let me tug on this. Cross your fingers. running rough. I want to take the cover off here and see if the automatic choke is working or just taking its time to heat up. I'm also going to get a clamp and put it on the safety brake so I can look at this thing all at once. It was actually Lowe's next door. They just left. If you want your refrigerator and stove, people, you got to be home. These guys aren't wasting time. They had a full truck. They got deliveries to make. Okay, choke is partially open. There could have been a little bit of remaining moisture in the bottom of the tank. I'll see how it does now. Starting it, I manually move the choke to the full open position. Wafer does appear to be working. What I'll do is add a little seafoam to the tank, see if it smooths itself out. If not, I'm going to have to manually remove the carburetor. The jets may be clogged up, so this may not be a quick and easy drain the tank and bowl and get rectified. We may have to dig deeper. I'm going to seafoam it. Let that little bit of fuel that's in the tank run through, see if it smooths out the idle. Automatic choke appears to be working. Muffler heated up and it's in the full open position right now. So I don't see any issue with that. I think it could be a jetting issue. So, still happy with the 2018. This will be a good seller. Hopefully I can get it rectified here in the next 30 minutes or so. You guys have a great day. Thanks for coming out. Remember to tip your waitress and wait staff accordingly. They depend on you.